Happy New Year. It is currently January 4th, 2024. It is a Thursday, and I just thought, well, if I'm going to keep vlogging and try to vlog more this year, it's not really a resolution per se, because I don't really have resolutions, but just something that I'm thinking would be good and fun to do. So I was like, okay, I'm going to vlog this morning, and I'm at work. I'm about to go into work. It is 8:10 in the morning, and I'm about to go into work and get started with my day and all of my to-do lists, and try to be productive, but also have moments of stillness as well. I got up this morning around 5:30 and did some stretches and had a good quiet time and loved on my sweet dog, and just had fun, getting things ready, getting lunch packed for the kids, taking Woodland to school, and then coming here. And so I just thought, well, each thing on my to-do list, I might just carry you along with me, and then you can kind of just spend a day with me. So if that sounds good to you, enjoy your cup of coffee or your cup of tea or folding laundry, whatever it is that you're doing, and just connect with me today. Hey everyone, I'm so glad that you are joining me. Happy New Year, and I'm just thankful that y'all are spending this day with me as you're watching this video footage. I thought I would take a few minutes to just do a little voiceover and have a little chat with you guys and just kind of play catch up. Where can I really start? I can start by saying that 2023 was such a beautiful but also hard year. If you've kept up with me, all this time, you probably know that I got married in June of 2023 and became bonus mom to 3 precious kids, ages 12, 11, and 9, about to turn 10 in January. So at the very end of January this year. And it is so wonderful. It's so wonderful to have a home and a family and people to love and care for. I've always had that, but marriage makes it, I don't know, I think all the more sweet. But as you know, within a 2-week period, beginning in July, I lost my grandma and my dad. Just in 2 weeks of each other, and that changed my entire world. In fact, this whole entire year, last year, 2023, was full of change. It was the year of change. Every single aspect of my life changed. I had to get a new car. My mom moved homes. I said goodbye to my childhood home for 30 years. Helped her downsize and pack, all within the span of about a month's time. I sang at my dad's funeral, and that was hard, but also very fulfilling. And my job title at the church changed. I became, as you can see by the video footage, the music minister's assistant, as well as a communications administrator. And so I get to write and I get to organize and help with music. And that is those are where my gifts are. I couldn't be more blessed. I know that I am blessed beyond measure. But at the time when all of these changes were happening all at once, it was very hard. And I found myself falling into depression because of grief. And I also found myself just struggling with intense burnout. Even though 2023 was the year that I got my first book published, I became a published author, another big change in my life. And that was so wonderful, but it just is hard when you have all of these changes and you're trying to get settled in new routines, but you can't seem to get settled into one new routine before something else changes. And that was the year that I basically experienced. But God was so good in the midst of all of that. And this isn't me complaining. This is just me sharing my heart with you guys and letting you know that it was a struggle. It was a hard year, but a good year. And now, as I can look back, as this year is bringing on more hope and more joy. I feel sustained by the Lord more than ever before. And at the end of 2023, I got to speak to Northridge Middle School to 6th, 7th, and 8th graders, and it was so much fun. I got to speak about my book. I got to talk about hope and redemption and love, all things that you find when you read my book, and it was so fulfilling, and they loved every minute of it and loved fantasy, and it was just such a blessing. And it really just, I think, renewed the exhaustion that I had been feeling from all of this year, and just propelled me to keep going, to keep writing. I hadn't felt like writing at all, hardly at all this past year. And I had to finish Instruments of Hope, my devotional book, which I did. But, it's not an easy thing when you're dealing with all of the newness going on in your life. And last year really was a season of, okay, I am kind of being forced to slow down. I don't have the mental capacity like I used to have. And that's okay, friends. If you're in that season, trust in the Lord and just allow yourself to rest in Him. I did not do the best job of that always in 2023, but I think the end of the year, there was a breakthrough, and the Lord was so good to give me that breakthrough. And now I've entered this 2024 season knowing my dad is with Jesus. I am going to get to see Him again. I am going to get to be with Jesus one day. Dear friend, if you believe in the Lord, you will see Him face to face one day. But while we are here on this earth, we have opportunity to seize the day and to serve Him with gladness. Just listen to this verse. In Luke 1, it says, "The sunrise from on high shall visit us, to shine upon those who sit in darkness and the shadow of death, to guide our feet into the way of peace." That is what He is doing for us right now, today, in this moment, and He will continue to do that forevermore for those who love Him and have put their faith in Him. So I just want to say Happy New Year. I don't know where you are finding yourself in this new year, but I can tell you that you are not alone, that you are not without hope. That is the central message of my stories, that if I want anyone to take away anything from my books and my life, it is that there is always hope for you. You are not too far gone. So keep living for Christ. Hi friends, it is now 11 o'clock and I have gotten lots done but still have lots more to do. But I actually have an 11 o'clock meeting with my publisher today. At least I think we're meeting. So I'm about to click on the Zoom meeting to join and discuss beginning to edit my Instruments of Hope Bible study devotional book focused on women of God, women that you find in the Bible, women who, as I was having quiet times and studying them, really, really spoke to my heart. And so we are officially about to start editing this book to publish it, hopefully this year. So anyway, stay tuned for news on that upcoming in the future, but I'm gonna go join this meeting. Okay, so new plan. We are not able to meet today, but we are shooting for Sunday afternoon, sometime Sunday afternoon. So I might try to pop back on here and let you know how that goes, or I might actually finish this vlog, try and finish this up today or tomorrow before Sunday. So, but eventually we will be able to meet and get a move on editing this new book that I just basically wrapped up. I finished a couple of chapters, like the last chapters of this devotional book in December, right before Christmas. And it felt so good to know, okay, it's ready to be looked at, to be scrutinized and rewritten and edited, and of course all of those fun things too. But as I've been sitting in the Sunday school classroom, this is a Sunday school classroom if you can't tell, I've been also working on, some of the graphics that I've been working on for this week's newsletter, and also this kitchen menu. So anyway, I'm not really a graphics designer person, but I'm helping out because our graphic designer, Will, who's a staff member here as well, he is out on vacation, and he and his wife just had a baby, so, you know, they're kind of adjusting and everything. So I'm helping out when I can, and I love, love, love Canva. So I'll just kind of show you some of the things I've been working on, because even though it's not perfect, you know, and definitely I could stand to improve, I kind of like the some of the work that I've done, So this is just a simple graphic to kind of like be a header for our newsletter on Constant Contact that I just kind of came up with, something that is not necessarily Christmassy, but something that's still wintry since it is still winter. And I probably need to bump that down just a bit. And then I also worked on like little kind of welcome back as our activities resume next week. I've got a little GIF graphic that says welcome, which I love these things. I love the fact that we can do this. I think it's so cool. Maybe that just means I'm a nerd. And then our January menu, kitchen menu for the month, which I just put together, and it might need some work. Pastor Dave might have some corrections for me to make, but I thought, well, it's colorful and happy, and I like happy things. So anyway, been working on that and still have more to do.
But the commoners were still there to pick up the pieces. Think of it as a pyramid where these didn't go to select few elite at the top. The workers themselves were having